Hello, this is Dr. Mahesh Kalyan Shetty, Associate Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. In this session, we will see the analysis of indeterminate beam with support sinking using stiffness method. The learning outcome will be at the end of this session, students will be able to analyze and draw bending moment diagram of indeterminate beam with support sinking using stiffness method. Let us consider an example. A two-span continuous beam subjected to loading as shown here, and it is also subjected to a support sinking at B. So support B sinks down by 10 mm and EI value is also provided as 65,000 kilonewton meter square. Let us discuss how the analysis is to be carried out. We are aware about this stiffness equation, which is given here. AD equal to ADL plus S into D, where AD is the action force in the direction of deformations in the original structure. ADL is the action force in the direction of deformations due to loading in kinematically determinate structure. S is the stiffness matrix consisting stiffness coefficients, and D is the deformation matrix consisting unknown deformations. So we need to calculate all these matrices, and then it is to be substituted in this equation so that the unknown deformations can be obtained. So to begin with, first of all, we need to calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, and for that a deformed shape we need to consider. So as it is shown here, a probable deformed shape is considered where theta B is in anti-clockwise direction and theta C is in clockwise direction. So these are the two unknowns possible, rotation at B and rotation at C. Therefore dki is 2 and d1 is theta B that we consider anti-clockwise, and d2 is theta C that we consider clockwise. Then we need to calculate the AD matrix. AD is nothing but its action force in the direction of deformations. So in the direction of theta B and theta C, we don't have any external force. Therefore, AD1 is 0 and AD2 is 0. So AD matrix is ready. Next, we need to calculate ADL matrix, and for that we have to consider the spans to be fixed, and the fixed end moments are determined, and in the direction of unknown deformations these moments are determined, and these are called as coefficients. So in this problem, since we have two actions present, the loading as well as sinking, therefore these forces are to be calculated corresponding to a given load as well as corresponding to sinking. Therefore, first of all, if you consider the loading, then due to loading the fixed end moments are produced and those are to be calculated, and the second action will be due to sinking, and due to sinking also the moments will be produced. Therefore, the total ADL1 will be ADL1 left plus ADL1 right due to loading, plus ADL1 left plus ADL2 due to sinking. Because at ADL, it means in the direction of first redundant, we will be getting two moments, left and right. Therefore, it is L and R. And ADL2 is the ADL2 due to loading plus ADL2 due to sinking. So let us consider due to loading first. So due to loading, ADL1 will be WL square by 12. So negative sign is given since this ADL1 is clockwise and my rotation at B is anti-clockwise. ADL1 right is PL by 8. It is positive because theta B is anti-clockwise and this ADL1R also is anti-clockwise. So the summation gives me minus 16.66 kilonewton meter. And ADL2 will be in the direction of the theta C assumed, because theta C we assumed clockwise. Therefore, it is PL by 8, 24 kilonewton meter. In the same way, we shall find it for sinking. Now, due to sinking, there will be a fixed end moment produced of magnitude 6 Ci delta upon L square, and the moment will be developed in the opposite direction of the rotation of the span. For example, for AB, the sinking is causing the span to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore, the fixed end moment produced will be in anti-clockwise direction. In the same way for BC, the sinking is causing the span to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, the fixed moments are produced in clockwise direction. So, due to sinking, ADL1L will be again corresponding to BA and corresponding to BC, and with appropriate sign it comes out to be minus 87.75, and ADL2 is again 6 CR delta by L square, and this comes out to be 243.75 kilonewton meter. Of course, here in this case delta is 10 mm, that is to be converted into meter, and EI value is given, that EI value is to be substituted. Once we get the coefficients corresponding to loading as well as due to sinking, then we shall take a summation and we get this value. ADL1 is minus 104.41 and ADL2 is 268.75. Therefore, the ADL matrix is ready. Before we proceed further, let us go for this review question. Two questions I have posted. Decay of cantilever beam is 4 options given, and sinking of the beam produces the fixed end moment of 4 options again given. So think over it. These are the answers. The cantilever beam, the deformation is possible at the free end only, so one deflection and one rotation, therefore it is 2. And just now we discussed that due to sinking, the fixed end moment produced is always 6 CR delta by L square. Let us proceed further. Now, after getting the ADL matrix, the next job is to find the stiffness matrix. And for stiffness matrix, we need to do the actions corresponding to unknown deformations. So, the stiffness coefficients are to be determined by applying unit rotations in the direction of redundant theta B and theta C one by one. So, let us go for the first action, apply unit rotation in the direction of theta B. So, theta B we assumed anti-clockwise, therefore, and in the anti-clockwise direction the rotation is given, and for that we need to apply a moment 4 EI by L. So, the left span value gives me S11L, right span value gives me S11R, and the summation gives me S11. So, that value works out to be 1.8 EI. Whereas at C, it is S21, and this particular moment is anti-clockwise, and my rotation at C I have assumed clockwise, therefore this value will be negative, it is minus 0.5 EI. And this moment at C will be half of the moment at B. It is a carryover from B to C. The second action is applying unit rotation in the direction of theta C. So, here you can see at C we applied the rotation, clockwise rotation as assumed. So, 4 EI by L, and half the moment is transferred to opposite end, it is 2 EI by L. So, two coefficients we obtain S12 and S22, these are to be determined, and ultimately after getting all the coefficients, the stiffness matrix will be like this. Then we shall go to the stiffness equation, AD equal to ADL plus S into D. So, substitute all the values here. We determine the ADL matrix, that is substituted here, stiffness matrix is substituted here, deformation matrix is substituted here. So, after solving this, we get the unknown D1 and D2. So, D1 is nothing but theta B, which we are getting negative. So, this negative indicates that the assumed direction of theta B is wrong. So, theta B we assumed initially anti-clockwise, but since the answer is negative, therefore, the actual rotation is clockwise, 19.33 upon EI. Same is the case with D2. Initially, we assumed theta C clockwise, but the answer is negative. It means that theta C we have a clockwise rotation, anti-clockwise rotation. That is 278.415 upon EI. So, after getting these deformations, the next job is to get the unknown moments or end moments, and this is how the actual deformation will take place. So, you can see at B clockwise rotation is present, and at C anti-clockwise rotation is present. For finding the end moments, we use the slope deflection equations. MAB is FEMAB plus 2 EI by L, 2 times theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. So here we'll substitute all the values. Fixed end moment AB is 41.66 negative, so this negative indicates the anticlockwise moment. So all the anticlockwise moments in this method are considered negative and clockwise moments are considered positive, and also the clockwise rotations are considered positive and anticlockwise rotations are considered negative. So with this sign convention, MAB is calculated and it is obtained as minus 189.928 kilonewton meter. MBA is also determined in the same way and it is minus 98.876 kilonewton meter, and the remaining moments are also determined. So MBA and MBC, the magnitude will be same with opposite sign. So this is how the free body diagram will look like. All the moments obtained are plotted here, and based on this we need to calculate the bending moment diagram by superimposition technique. So the positive, so a very little portion is subjected to negative bending moment, remaining all we have a positive bending moment. So these are the references used for this presentation. Thank you.